Hey there, what's going on you guys? My name is Crazy Pie, and in this video we're going to be talking about Origins, the Zombies map, and why I feel it is probably the best Zombies map to date and the most revolutionary Zombies map that we have ever seen, and the map that actually changed Call of Duty Zombies for the better. Now, it is very a controversial topic. Most people will say Mob of the Dead is their favorite map. I absolutely do love Mob of the Dead as well, don't get me wrong, but I am just an absolute Origins fanboy. Now, I know for all of my subscribers who are watching this is not a Titanfall 2 video. Like I said, I want to try and branch out and make some other types of content, try and play some other games so I can basically, still make videos without feeling burnt out. But yeah, without further ado guys, let's get straight into the video and talk about why I personally think Origins is the best Zombies map to date. So literally, the first thing and the most obvious thing is that Origins is technically, and I say technically, I'll get to that in a moment, but technically the best map that you can see the staves on and that you can actually use the staves. Now you can use the staves in this map compared to other maps. Jason Blundell did say that, before Revelations came out that you could actually see the staves returning. I don't know if he had DLC 5 in mind. This might be what he meant when he said that because Origins was returning. Obviously we didn't know as a community that DLC 5 was going to come out, but this map is the very first map that you can actually use the staves, because in Revelations you could see the staves in Kino on the stage, and you could also see them in the cutscene as our premise characters were holding the staves, but you couldn't really get too much in depth with the staves as you could in Origins, which is why I personally think this map is great. Now, why the staves are so good is honestly because they are 4 separate elemental different wonder weapons. The staves, in my opinion, probably wouldn't have been as fun to use, not as fun, but as memorable if they were just one type of staff. If they were just one fire staff times by 4, if every character would get the same staff, same fire staff, it just wouldn't make for as fun, it wouldn't make for different types of building because they're different staffs: fire, ice, wind, and lightning. There are 4 different types of building processes that you have to take, as well as 4 different types of upgrading processes that you have to take in order to accomplish the staves, which honestly makes for a whole lot to do in this map. It makes for tons of stuff, tons of grinding, tons of learning too. If you're learning in a Zombies map, it's honestly just so much fun because it feels so rewarding to upgrade a staff and to build a staff all by yourself. Sometimes you will have to watch a video, but it does just feel so rewarding in my opinion, and the staffs are just great because, compare this map to a legendary map like Kino. Kino is definitely a great map, but I'm not going to compare the maps, I'm just going to compare the wonder weapons. Basically, compare the Thunder Gun to the staves. Now, I'm not comparing them like damage-wise, I'm just comparing them as rarity, I guess you could say. Think of if you're playing with 4 people, okay? 4 people, 1 person in the game can only get the wonder weapon, which is, there's technically a wonder weapon, the ray gun, it was the wonder weapon on Nacht. If you count that, whatever, but I'm counting the Thunder Gun here. 1 person in the game can only get that Thunder Gun, okay? So, would you rather play where every single person can get a wonder weapon of their choice, depending on if 2 people like one type of staff, you'll kind of have to fight over it, but it really doesn't matter because there's still great staves out there, or have a wonder weapon that you can only use if you get lucky out of the box? It can be so annoying playing with your friends and they just steal the wonder weapon from you after you specifically called it. Now, I get it, it's just box luck and it's kind of hard to turn on a wonder weapon, like a Wonder Waff. It's kind of hard to see that thing go back into the box, but in all honesty, the 4 elemental staves are just so great. Think of Raven the Redwoods compared to Attack of the Radioactive Thing. I don't really care for Infinite Warfare Zombies too much, but in Attack of the Radioactive Thing, there's only 1 wonder weapon that 1 person can. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe only 1 person can get the wonder weapon. And in all honesty, I completely hate that. Raven the Redwoods, you have 4 elemental harpoons that you can get. Not really elemental, but 4 different upgradable harpoons that you can get. There is a stock version, which is, everyone has the same harpoon, but when you upgrade them, they are completely different. Now, I can't name them right now because I haven't played that map in a while, but it's really, really cool. As well as think of Shaolin Shuffle, where there is 4 different types of karate or kung fu that you can learn. It's extremely cool, and it's just 4 elemental types of fun that you can have in the game, opposed to just 1 person in the game getting the wonder weapons. So, staves are honestly just a great part in wonder weapons in my opinion. Now let's get on to the actual things that you can do. There are so much things you can do. This was, I believe, the first map to introduce Wonder Fizz, which has been all throughout Black Ops 3 Zombies as well. Wonder Fizz is great, by the way. Basically, it's 1,500 points, and it gives you a random chance of getting a pair perk throughout the map, and basically if you get the golden shovel, which is another thing in Origins because you can dig up stuff from the ground. If you get the golden shovel, you can actually dig up perk slots, which will basically allow you to get free perks within the map. It is super cool, and I honestly love that about this because you can do like a rainbow perk challenge, reverse rainbow perk challenge. You can just do crazy stuff with the perks and crazy stuff with the shovels. You can also get a golden helmet, which will basically allow the robots to not kill you when they are walking. They'll basically just stomp on you and you'll pretty much live. Another thing that I would like to mention about Origins is it's pretty much the very first solo Easter egg that you could ever do in Call of Duty Zombies. Now, until Black Ops 3. Now, obviously there was some, small Easter eggs that you could obviously do, but Origins Little Lost Girl Easter egg was the very first Easter egg that you could actually achieve solo in Zombies, which is awesome, because sometimes you don't have friends, or sometimes your friends don't know what to do. Sometimes they're just not good at zombies. And what this basically means is that you can just do the Easter egg as you want. You can pause it too, and it's just extremely cool. This map also did introduce the Panzer Soldat, which, I guess he's a cool boss. He's a cool boss. If you have the Fire Staff, it's very easy to kill him, especially the upgraded Fire Staff. It's just a one-shot kill, basically. Super, super easy. But Easter egg is awesome. It also did basically open up a lot for the storyline. We can basically see inside the house. We can see Samantha. We can see Edward. We can see playing with toys, and it did stir up a lot of controversy throughout the community on really, what the storyline is of Zombies. Obviously, we learned a lot through Black Ops 3 with the Summoning Key and the Shadow Man, the Apothecans, and everything like that. But it was just such a great Easter egg at the time, and really, it's the one Easter egg that actually had a cutscene. Okay, this Easter egg finally had a cutscene. Compared to Mob of the Dead Easter egg, Pop Goes the Weasel, and every other Easter egg in Zombies, there's really no cutscene. So this map finally had a cutscene, and it would actually end the game. So as a game-ending cutscene, give you the achievement, and it was just awesome, dude. This Easter egg was great. I absolutely loved this Easter egg, and it didn't feel like it took a long time to do at all. You really just did it, and then it was done, and then the game would end, and then you just had a good time. This Easter egg was easy, fun, and I just loved it, guys. I just absolutely love the Little Lost Girl Easter egg. It's really memorable, and I do like that. It's just great, dude. It's just great. If you haven't done it, I would definitely go ahead and try it. I might make a tutorial in the future. Not too sure yet, but definitely, guys, I would highly recommend doing the Easter egg. Origins also did introduce the MG08, the tank, and as well as the Thunder Fist, which is really cool, as well as another objective that you can do, which was actually to get the monkey airstrikes. They just call them that. They're really just the big, ginormous robot airstrikes. Basically, you just call down airstrikes. Super cool. And it made a lot of fun for the Easter egg. Well, you needed it for the Easter egg, I should say. But they were great. They were great. Now, no, I do know, and it does sound like I'm just hyping up the map a lot. No, every single map does have its downfall. No matter what you say, every single map obviously easily does have its downfall. Origins' downfall, I would say, the one thing that I absolutely hated about Origins is the separate power stations. It's absolutely annoying. It felt like Stamina Up was just needed for this map. Because if you're halfway across the map, and there's zombies just, tearing down a generator, you have to go all the way back, all the way to where they are, risk losing the power for that section, go turn it back on, and pal, if you're in the crazy place over by the church and they're taking down Generator 1, there is no way you are going to stop them. It's just absolutely hectic. I cannot stand it, and the separate powers just absolutely sucked in my opinion. I could not stand them whatsoever. So hopefully, in the future, if we do see a map with separate power, we don't see the Ancients taking it down, because it's just so annoying running around this map. Stamina Up is definitely needed. Another disappointment, and this really only has to do with the Zombies Chronicles version, is the mud. The mud in Origins is so annoying in Zombies Chronicles. It is so hard to run through the mud. In the old Origins, you could train in some mud pits, especially by the one with Speed Cola. It was honestly just such a great training spot. If you had the golden helmet, you could pretty much just train here with ease. It was super, super, super simple, and it just made for a great training spot. But now that the mud slows you down an extreme amount, it's very difficult to train here. I cannot stand it, and hopefully they do fix that within the future. The mud is just terrible. I do understand they tried to make it a little bit harder because now they have gobblegums and everything like that, but dude, the mud's terrible. The mud is so bad, especially if a Panzer Soldat's coming with you. The mud sucks, man. The mud sucks. Another thing that I don't like is, it might just be me, and I've gotten used to this map. I've learned how to train, but for beginners, it's a very difficult map to train. Probably the best training spot, in my opinion, is in the crazy place. Once you have all 4 staffs in their podiums, once you've beaten the Easter egg but haven't finished it, like you've got the achievement but you haven't initiated the cutscene, you can just train in the very middle circle around all the 4 staff podiums. It's just so easy, because once you do the Easter egg, the walls in the crazy place will stop coming down, and it's such a great place to train, man. You have 4 of the elemental staffs there for your use, and it's just so easy, man. It's just so easy. I would highly recommend trying to train there. You do have to go through a whole Easter egg, which is annoying, but hey, it's definitely worth it in my opinion. But yeah, if you guys do enjoy this video, please feel free down below to leave a like. Comment down below what you guys like. I do know Mob of the Dead is great. I might do a video on that in the future, but unfortunately it's not in Zombies Chronicles. schedules, and I really wish it was, but that's probably the big disadvantage of Mob. But guys, if you do enjoy this video, please feel free down below to leave a like as well as subscribe if you're new to the channel. Go try to do a lot more zombies videos. I really do like zombies content and just, releasing zombies content. It's probably one of my very first videos. I've done some in the past, I should say, but zombies is awesome. I really do like it, and I have a lot of topics that I would like to talk about and discuss within zombies, and hopefully stream too. But yeah, I'm sorry this video is a day late. I recently got a job, so it's kind of hard to make content. It's not really hard to make content, but I'm just gonna try and work around it and record when I get back home and then upload the next day in like the morning or something. So I'm just gonna have to try and make a new schedule, make like an update video. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.